Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It has been some time since I made a video, let alone a modification video. But today, I want to add lume to one of my rangemans here. So I've been really happy with how the lume has come out on this watch. Let me see if I can show it here. I know it's a little, there's a window right there, but let's see. It works really well. You can kind of see how efficient the lume is on having one of these. So I kind of want to go ahead and do it on our rangeman, but I'm thinking about this one at least to start, and then maybe to the other one as well. So I've done a few of these videos already, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I'm going to go ahead and take this one apart down to the module, and then I'll come back once I have it all disassembled and then kind of start applying the lume. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. I have had a few questions about the lume on some other watches about about using maybe tape or like lume stickers, and my thought process on those is that they might be easier to work with than the powder, but I don't think they glow as brightly as like getting like the actual powder and mixing that with a little bit of clear glue. Granted, it's just my hypothesis because I've never actually tried like the glow in the dark stickers or pieces of paper that you can get. But I know I've had that question asked in a previous video, so that's kind of why I use the powder, not the stickers, just because I don't think they're going to emit as powerfully as the powder. So I'll put chapters in this video too, so you can kind of skip some of these parts if this is redundant. But first thing we got to do is take off the module. I'm gonna try and do this without taking the straps off, but I'm kind of regretting it already because they're kind of getting in the way. And then our favorite springs, are these gonna stay in there? Okay, so far they're in there. So now comes by the hardest part, which is to disconnect the sensor. So, all right, I think I gotta take off the straps. I was hoping I didn't have to, but it keeps getting in the way. Maybe let's take one off. See if this is going to be enough. All right, hopefully that should be enough. Okay, so got to disconnect the ABC sensor here. So just got to pop open this tab and then gently wiggle out this ribbon. And sometimes it comes off pretty easily, like that one. And that's it. And now we can go ahead and lift it out. So there's a few tabs here you have to kind of account for. Alright, put it off to the side, and we've got our rangemen apart. And of course, landscapers are cutting the grass outside. Not mine, but my neighbors, so maybe I'll close my window. Okay, hopefully that's a little better, but I apologize. I can't control when they cut the grass. So this is the part we gotta be very careful about, and it's a little harder for me because I'm trying to do this with a camera in my way. But all these springs, you want to be careful because if you lose them, you're kind of SOL. You'll never find them. I've lost a couple here and there. To this day, never found them. So what I'm doing now is just kind of removing the battery casing. And this rangeman has never been taken apart before, so everything's still kind of factory firm here. All right, so now you've got the battery off. Oh, sometimes these pop back in. Okay, so we've got the battery. Put it off to the side. Make sure we didn't lose any springs. Oh, there they are. So right here, you can you probably can't even see them, but they're right there. I don't even know where some of those two tiny ones came out of, to be honest. They must have come. Oh wow, there's a bunch of tiny ones here. These must have come off from... Oh, I see where they came out of. Yeah, I was surprised that they came off because I've done these before. These little ones are for the LEDs, which in theory should come off when I take the circuit board off, but they happen to drop down now. So now I gotta make sure I have them all because I only see... Okay, I see one in there. Okay, there's one in there. Okay, yeah, I still see them there. There should be 4 total, and typically they don't come off at this point in the process. I was a little surprised when I started seeing all those little springs coming out, but we're still good. So now you gotta take this tab off. Okay. And this is usually the part where the springs start coming off. Alright, so we're going to put this to the side. And we've got... I'm going to put this to the side. And this is the part that there's a spring in that I want to get out before it's gone forever. It's just right there. Oh, there it is. You can see how tiny these are. Alright, so we've got all springs accounted for. And all we need now for the loom is just this plastic tray, because that's where we're going to apply it. So the rest we can put off to the side, and we're going to be using this tray as kind of our loom working area. So let me get some stuff set up here and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So this time I put a piece of paper down here because that powder can get a little bit messy. It's much easier just to clean up this way by having everything kind of on a piece of paper. So I've got my powder. I'm going to use the aqua blue, which I haven't actually used before, and then I've got my glue that we kind of mix. So let's go ahead and push a little glue on here, and then we can start creating a little bit of a mix. Oh, that is way too much, but we'll make do. Maybe it's not. Felt like it was a little too much, but we'll see. And now, just gotta put a little powder in there. I just use this is why the piece of paper is helpful, because it does get a little messy. Now you need something to kind of mix it and stir it. I like to use just a little tool. think I might have put too much paste actually. Okay. There really is no kind of pre-measured amount. You just gotta keep playing with it. Adding a little bit of everything. I kind of put a little too much of both, to be honest. Usually you want to probably want to do a little of each at a time, kind of working your way up to the consistency, but I put too much glue to start and then I put too much powder, so now I kind of have a little bit of a mess here, but no problem. Just gonna keep mixing. Mixing and spreading it around. Essentially, this is going to become your lume. So once we pick it up a little bit, and eventually you want to kind of start spreading it out to form like a little thin layer of it. Pretty self-leveling, so if you just kind of move it around sloppily per se to all the areas, it'll slowly kind of level itself out and settle. So you don't have to worry about kind of, you know, making it even. It'll settle on its own. You just have to kind of spread it around. Trying to mix it around as well to get as much as the glue and powder mixture evenly around. So you can kind of see it's starting to kind of cover the whole thing. I actually see a little problem already here. I actually accidentally got it. It's just, I got some in a place I shouldn't have, which is where the LED is gonna go. So I gotta try to get that off because it's gonna be a problem. So all I'm doing is now wiping it off, kind of where the LED spring is gonna go, because that's gonna block my LED. Just make sure there's a hole still through here for the spring. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay, so we've got this pretty well covered and spread. You can kind of see how it's now kind of spread out. There's a couple areas here I'm going to try to make sure I can kind of touch upon. If you mess up, the nice thing about this stuff is it kind of peels off like tape. So it's not like glue, like super glue, where it's gonna get stuck on there forever. Once you cure this with a light, if you don't like it, it'll just peel right off. So it's kind of a easy way to kind of undo it if you change your mind. But I think I have this just right. So one last look, and now I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with the flashlight. Get it cured. I'm a little nervous. I might have put a little too much on there, but it is what it is. I could put it on here for a little bit and let it kind of settle, and just it to maybe have some of it run off, but the problem is if you put too much on, there's not a lot of space in there. So it's going to make the fitment a little tough if you put too much in there. So that's why I don't want to put too much. I mean, obviously, the more you do, the better it's going to loom, but it's a balance between, you know, space and how much you put in there. I only got a couple of dust in here. This is the best we're going to be able to do here. Let's see here. I think we're ready. I don't think I'm going to be able to. It's a little more than I want, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and cure it. It doesn't need a whole lot of time with the UV light. It kind of hardens pretty quick. I like to give it a good minute though, just to make sure. Not even a minute, since I'm using a pretty powerful flashlight here. Should hopefully cure pretty quick. There you go, I'm gonna see a glow. So I think we got it. So now what you want to do is clean up the backside, because that's the part that's going to make contact with the polarizer. And if you have any like residue on there, it's going to kind of show off on the watch display. So you want to make sure that this back is as clean as you could do it, you know. Okay, so you want to really make sure you get this backside as clean as possible, because any like specks of the powder will actually kind of press into the polarizer. So if you have any, let me get some working surface here. So if you have anything on the backside here, it's going to actually indent your polarizer. It could maybe slightly damage it. So you just want to be careful and try not to have any, like, not so much dust, that's pretty small, but the luminescent powder is kind of gritty, so that could cause some problems here. Let me think here. I think I have to put the LEDs in there first, so maybe we'll start with that. Okay, so we got the actually the LEDs are still there. Okay, I thought I took them out. Okay, so then you lay it in there, and now comes the fun part of trying to get the springs back into these tiny holes. I don't know if I can do this on camera, but I'm gonna try. Oh my gosh, hang on. All right, I think I might have to do this off camera because it's a little too hard. All right, I'm gonna do this off camera. I'll be back. Okay, so I managed to get the little springs in there, and now we get to make sure this is all lined up properly. I'm trying to make sure I got this lined up properly. Yeah. And I want to make sure we wipe off any dust. Okay. Now we want to come back and put the battery casing back on. Oh wait, darn it! Forgot the springs. Forgot to put these springs back into the battery compartment. Although, you know what? We can do them the other way. So, if you forget the springs, you can put them in. I'll show you actually probably the easier way to do it, because at least the easier way for me. So, if you forget to put the springs back in for the battery, like these right here, you can actually put them in right from the top. You don't have to put them back in that way. They're still going to work just fine. That's actually the way I prefer to do it, because it's kind of hard to get the springs in there and then kind of try to close it all without having it all fall apart. So you can actually now take the springs like this and put them in. There you go. See? So you can do it this way too. It doesn't always have to go from the top. So now we've got all the springs in. And now we can start putting the watch back together. Although this is where we want to kind of clean everything up. So that way you don't get any dust stuck in there, because will make for a I'm just blowing some air out of there off camera here, just to kind of give it a and now put everything back in. Oh, spring fell out. That's the only downside to putting these springs from the top, is that they can fall out now. So just know that. Okay, so now we want to just reset the watch. So he's gonna kind of short circuit it in a way. Okay, got everything back on. Alright guys, and we are finished. So put it all back together. Everything came out just perfect, and it's a success. So I think I'm going to do my green one next. And like I said, for this one, I applied the blue lume. And this is kind of what the blue looks like. Where's my flashlight here? Let me see if I can charge this up quickly. I don't know if you can kind of see it here. It's not dark enough in here to see it, but it does work pretty well. I'm actually gonna throw up a video here simultaneously and kind of see what it looks like in dark, but I think it came out perfectly. So I think this is a easy, effective modification that, you know, doesn't alter the watch in any way. It is reversible, and I think it just makes the watch work better. I think Casio should have just done this from the factory. And I applied the blue lume here. Let me see here. Okay, so here we have a UV light to kind of really speed up the process, but you can kind of see what it looks like. And the one that we used for here was the blue. So I have two colors here. So if we put the blue, green, I think the green does better. This is my first time using the blue, but you can kind of see what they look like. I think the green's a little more brighter. So for the green rangeman, I'm going to apply the green to it next. And here is the blue one. So thanks for tuning in, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, so we are done with the modification here, and I've gone ahead and modified them both now to have lume, and you can kind of see, you can't even tell anything different about it. So like I said, pretty cool modification to do. Lights still work. So yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.